Hey guys, this is Eddie, and today we're going to be doing some Python programming, and we're going to work with while loops today. Now, usually there are different kinds of loops, obviously, and there are loops like for loops and infinite loops, and there's also while loops, and then there's also different kinds of loops. In Python and in any kind of language. So today we're going to just touch on while loops, and the next time we might do if loops, and then we're going to do like if else statements, and we're going to do some infinite loops and stuff like that. So today we're going to work on while loops. So for example, if you want to print out something like this. So you want to print out the current number is 1. Well, you can, and you want to print it out to 10. Well, you can obviously copy and paste, then press enter and go down to the next line. And I'm just going to do this just to show you what I mean, just in case you don't get it. So, as you can see, there we go. When we run this, we get 1, 2, or the current number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is counting up. So in production code and in any kind of programming language, you usually don't do this. 99.99% of the time, you don't do this. I can't think of one time you would actually want to do this, but you might know of sometimes where you want to do this kind of thing. So, but if you know, leave it in the comments, and we would be interested in what you have to say. So, anyways, basically, instead of doing all this, you can just use a while loop. So, for example, let's just state we have a counter. Let's just define that. Counter right there. And then we have our while statement, and we have our parentheses, and you want to do counter. And if our counter is less than 11, then, now usually in programming languages you have this. You have these brackets. But in Python, you don't. So in Python, you just have this, the colon. So then after that, you press colon, press enter. As you can see, it's indented for you, so it knows that it's part of the while loop. And you want to print this out right here. The count, or let's see, the current. You can do the counter is at, but let's just do. Let's see what we did earlier. We did the current number. So the current number is at, and then space, then comma, you want to do counter, and then what you want to do is you want to do counter equals counter plus 1, and then you want to save this, and we will run this. So as you can see, this runs it. You know what, since we started off at 1, we will rerun this, and we will use 1. Okay, so as you can see, counter is basically what it's saying the count is at. So for example, you have counter and it's equal to 1. So let's just read this out loud. While your counter, which is equal to 1. So while 1 is less than 11, which is true, you want to print out the current number here, or you want to print out this. Now the quotes is just string right here. The current number is at, and then that's just string, and then you want to do comma, you want to add in what the number it's at. So right now we're starting off at 1. So in a while loop, we're going to do this in order. So it goes from here, it goes counter, and then it starts at 1, and then it keeps going from while. If it's less than 11, print out, and then remember, we're still at number 1. The counter is still equal to 1, and then you want to print out the number 1 here, because we're defining, or we're calling out the variable, and then that's 1, and then we go down here, and this equals counter. Now we're going to override counter equals 1 with this line right here. So technically, or in reality, counter right now is going to equal counter from before, which is 1 plus 1. So now it's 2. So now we changed counter to counter equals 2. But we just don't write that. The computer knows in the back end and in the whole program, in the process and everything, it will equal 2. So then it's going to reroute you back to this right here, the while, and it's going to say, well, if, or while the counter, which is now 2, equal to 2, if 2 is less than 11, print out this, and then print out the current number is at, and then the counter will be 2, because it's still going to be at 2. And then we're going to go back down here, and it's going to equal 3 now, as it adds 1 to 2, or now that counter's at equal to 2, now we're going to state the counter again, or redefine the counter, and the counter is going to be 3, because counter equals 2 plus 1, and equals 3. So then it's going to go back to the while loop, and it's going to keep doing it until it hits the number, until counter equals 10, because this less than sign means it's less than 11. So 10 is going to be the last number. It's because 10 is going to be less than 11. That's going to be the last number that's going to be the last number that's less than 11. That's closest to 11. So there's that. And so there you have it, while loops for you right there. Instead of printing out this and this and this, you just have 4 lines of code. And there you have it. I hope you guys learned something with this, and I hope you guys subscribe, like the video, and comment if you have any questions. I will try to do my best to help you guys out, and make sure to check out my blog, where I will update you with much more. I will be doing gaming videos soon, and all sorts of tutorials and other cool videos as well, so make sure to stay tuned. I will see you all later. Have a good one.